do you guys notice something different in the room?
What's going on?
Wait, what's happening right now?
Wait.
You a new stew and what else?
The fairies!
We have guests Reena and Nisha next to us.
Fairy number 1 and 2.
We are back with episode number 6.
We want to say thank you and we appreciate all the love and support so far. Hopefully we can get to 100 subscribers.
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, we're currently at 44, so we're not that far away.
Yeah, not that
44.
far away.
Y'all better be subscribing right
Lock
now.
in, lock in.
Lock in.
Yes. You heard it from the other fairies too, guys. Lock that in.
Lock in.
It's our first ever 4v4 collab. So
4v4. Who's the other 4?
I mean, oh yeah, we're not versing anybody.
LOL, no.
It's just saying that we're all together. This is 4 out of 4 fairies complete. Now I'm holding up 8. But so, like I had mentioned before, let's just break the ice a little bit.
No.
Why?
Guys, hello. Wait, Sonia's cutting it out. Time out.
Wait, this is the part.
Yeah.
Y'all were
That
ready
you've
for
been
this.
waiting for.
Yes. Yeah, we've been
They're
waiting
so
for it.
shocked right now. Okay, so without further ado, we do have a gift for you guys.
We do have a gift for you guys.
I shall give it.
First of all, did you guys have any ideas of what's in the bag?
I feel like it's our Desi Fairies.
It's our merch! We open it together,
Yes.
and then you guys just pick one.
Okay.
Because again, it's unique. It's
Or
unique.
honestly, guys,
It's uniquely tailored.
Not in Shein bags.
Close your eyes. Make it real. Pick out
Stop.
this one card
I
for you
literally
guys.
was like, I manifested this.
Okay, do you guys want to switch, or do you guys feel like this is the chosen
This
one?
is
for
the
you guys?
chosen one.
Okay, open it and put it on if you would like.
No, see what it is first.
Yeah, what is it even?
What is it?
Yeah, what is
Wait,
it?
what is it?
What? I don't even know. It looks so...
It looks
It's-
different.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Guys! Wait, I literally texted them and I was like,
It's in the text here.
I have to fix my hair.
She got so excited for the merch that she ruined her hair.
Wow, you
That's
get me all
fucking
propped
right.
up and I'm
Yeah.
excited. I was literally like, guys, I am so exhausted. I'm coming. And I was like, wait a second, what shirt do you want me to wear?
Because Nisha's a real one. She knows that we always be tweeting in our videos and our vlogs.
I was like, wait, are we gonna... Well, you guys saw the text messages, but she ate down. And I was like, oh my god, how did she know? That's a raven?
Are we-
Yeah, that's all right.
That gave me the energy though. I was like, oh, I'm ready.
Go to the camera and show them.
This is the merch.
First impressions, how do you guys feel? Is it comfy?
I
Is
love
comfortable?
it. Comfy, beautiful.
Period.
Area.
Guys,
Stylish.
this
It's
could be
amazing.
yours
It's
one day,
everything I've
fairies.
wanted and more.
So our one half of the fairies got their sweaters! Complete for our 4 fairies. We have our sweaters. They had no idea. How do you guys feel?
Yeah.
I feel great because I had no clothes. I feel like your reasoning for not having them was very valid. Yes.
No, because Hina had literally called. Nisha was really on her case.
Yo, I
You guys
said,
saw
did you?
the
I wanted to
messages.
say, sorry, did you tell Nisha? But like, I knew she didn't.
First of all, of course I didn't. It's a freaking surprise. Guys, obviously, you know we had to follow the theme of twinning.
Yes. You guys surprised us.
I know.
honestly.
Thank God. We're so happy that you guys enjoyed the crew necks. Okay, but it's an episode that we've been so excited to film, guys.
She's not
Since we
wrong.
created this YouTube channel, we literally were like, we need to film this episode right away.
Yep.
So we're so happy that it's our 6th episode and that we're doing this.
Yeah. I hope you guys are excited as we are.
We are so excited.
You sure about that?
So episode 6 is called Dating
While
While
Desi.
And honestly, our older fairies, our fairy sisters,
Yes.
they have more experience than me and Sonia, so we'll get an insight into their dating experiences and some advice that they have for us and you fairies as
Of
well.
course. So, do you guys want to introduce yourselves one at a time? Just kind of say maybe like your guys' name again, your status, and just anything you want to share with the fairies out there watching.
Hi fairies, I'm Nisha. I am the oldest fairy in the crew.
That's our role model!
Yes, sir! That's the freaking fairy of the fairies!
about to be 34 years young.
Period.
And I am a pharmacist. I have been in my career for 10 years now, and honestly, I think saying that I've been working as a pharmacist for 10 years actually makes me feel older than saying my age. But I am single at the moment.
I know, that's right.
But we'll dive into...
They don't know anything about that.
Yeah, we'll dive into...
But serious inquiries only later. Or right now.
We'll dive into that a little deeper later.
Yeah.
I know, that's right.
On to our next fairy!
Hey! My name is Reena. 20. Oh my god. My birthday was just. What?
Happy belated
Like,
birthday!
literally,
Like last week.
Happy belated birthday, Rita!
Go wish your happy birthday right now.
So I am 29 years old. I am a nurse, and I've been a nurse for 5+ years. And
Look at them both being
I am taken!
You know what's so crazy? We're like, okay, make sure you guys have a fun fact to tell. Nisha's fun fact was, I'm single. Rita's fun fact was, I'm taken. Like, okay, tell them.
No, let them know right off the bat for real.
So now that you guys got to know the other half of the fairies, let's get into their dating lives. We'll start with each of their dating lives from when they first started dating to how their dating is now. So, Reena, would you like to take it away?
Absolutely. So I can't remember the age.
She's like, I've been sort of dating. She's like, I'm true.
I definitely can't remember the age, but I definitely know that in the beginning of dating, it was obviously immature love. It started off with lust. And
Lust in the sense of what? Like, lust, like you found the person attractive, or that was what was trending during your time?
so I found that person attractive, and I guess it's just the feeling of being wanted. And that started relatively, middle school, high school time.
It might be different now, but...
Might be a lot different. I mean, I did have crushes in elementary school, but everybody does, you know what I mean?
That's
But
normal.
dating
That's human
never started
nature.
till like middle school, high school. And it was a fun experience, but it was definitely, as time progressed and I got older, I realized that relationships are way more than just lust. It's more about companionship, making sure that you guys fit, making sure that you guys trust each other, making sure there's loyalty, making sure that you see yourself with that person in the future. Not just like, oh, there's someone who is showing me attention. Oh, there's someone who's, making me feel special. Like, that should be every single day.
So that's what you've learned?
I've learned a lot. Yeah, I learned that, and I also learned that in a relationship, it's not just a one-sided relationship, it's a two-sided relationship. I feel like compatibility is key.
And one thing I always think about, I don't know if I've ever spoke to you guys about this, but I know I have with my friends, it's the guy that you're with, you're also thinking about your kids too.
That's right.
But that's honestly a topic for another day, just knowing
It
what
is.
you are doing and who you are doing it with.
Yeah.
And awesome! Okay, thank you
Yeah,
for sharing.
honestly, Rina, you ate with that response. And
Yeah.
that was like, you could see the growth for real in terms of like what you were looking for, what you even experienced. Like,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Yeah. But honestly, not to move it on to Nisha, what do you think? Do you have a take on it?
Well, I would totally agree with what Reena said. I think, honestly, for me, I think hearing you guys at your age talking about your partner being like a father figure and all these things, I think me being one of the elders out of the group, out of the cousins, and just not really having, other family members with like experiences of like dating and just kind of what to expect. I think for me at that age, like I wasn't thinking about those things, right? So yeah, you're in college, I agree. Immature love, it's like, oh, I'm attracted to you, like I want to spend time with you, I want attention, and all of those things, and just be able to go to parties together in college and like be part of the same friend group. But it's like you're not thinking about, babies or like financial issues or all of those things. Like, we're still in school, we don't have a career, we're not making money, we're probably still being supported by our parents at that time, so I definitely think now, especially at my age, I am definitely thinking more about what qualities do you have, not just as a partner, but like just those characteristics and traits, and or is that gonna transfer over to being like a good father figure? And so yeah, there's definitely a lot more things, like even just like the financial part of it, maybe even like political views, religious views, everything. Like you're not going on a date when you're 21 being like, hey, like what's your religion? Like who do you know, what do you believe in? But I will say though, I do think there are people who do find their person at that young age, and I do think there are people who can grow together and like they're just like, you're my person, I understand you. But I also think there are also those other people who don't know what they're looking for, and they're just like, this is good for now, but this is not going to be a long-term thing. So I think it really just depends, and I think some people get lucky, and you know, I think, and again, look at them, like they're young, like they have these values instilled in them, they know like what they're looking for, and so not everyone knows that at that age. So it just really depends on like maybe how you were raised, how people are dating around you, the time that you're growing up in, and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Nisha is like one of the elders out of all of us. Even Reena too.
Nisha is the eldest.
She is, period. But we've been so fortunate to have that experience where like we look up to both of them. We go to them like whenever we need something. So like, we're able to follow in their footsteps, but also take their advice because they've been through it, and they can correct us from even going through that path or following that path. We're fortunate to be in this situation where we can look up to people and have that. For Nisha, like you necessarily didn't have that support, or even for you, sometimes you may feel that way as well, you know? So we're fortunate. That's why we have those values instilled in us, because of these people right here.
Like I said, shout out to the older sister!
But that's really what it comes down to. Like we just have such a good relationship where like we're able to bounce back and be like, hey, are we doing this right? Is this okay? And just to live our life that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was honestly a good segue into our follow-up question that we did have for you guys. So Reena, take this back to when you didn't have a boyfriend, or when you did meet him, right? So based on where we are living and our situation, how do you feel where we live influences how our dating life is? So since Nisha is single, I'm going to let her take this for now. Currently, Nisha, right, with this dating scene that we have, unfortunately, like with this
emphasize, unfortunately,
currently very unfortunately, but you know, how do you feel it is living that dating life here?
Let me just start off by saying it is terrible, but I play a role in it being terrible. There's so many little factors, that I need to like touch on with this.
Get into it!
You know, it's a little complex, but most of my friends have met their partners off of dating apps, whether it's Hinge, Tinder. There are successful relationships, and previously in the past and also recent. So I cannot sit here and be like, I'm not going to meet my partner on a dating app. And I just have to say that because I feel like I'm seeing everyone else having success, and I will say that I'm not really putting as much effort as I should. But
currently or like before?
Ever,
really?
Honestly, guys, I've really only gone on a few dates on dating apps. Like I could count on like my one hand how many dates I've gone on a dating app. Like I just truly like to meet people organically.
I've been saying that my soulmate is not from here. I feel like my soulmate will be visiting here or some sort of type of vibe here, because the men right now, the boys that need to turn into men right now, are just not doing it. And not to say like I'm picky either, right? It's really just the cards that we've been dealt, like the option and the variety. And let me say, disclaimer, I love a short king, right? I love a short king, but it's like, can I have some options? Y'all know that I need options, right?
She's able to literally date a short king, guys. Come on.
Okay, not too much.
But honestly,
no serious inquiries.
Hina likes short kings.
No serious inquiries.
I think she's lying.
So now that we heard from Nisha, which was a beautiful response, now we're gonna get into Reena. So how was your dating life before and after dating in the city?
Oh gosh.
I'm out. You guys know that Reena's my sister. This girl was not dating in her city.
No. First podcast we did mention that Hina and Reena are siblings, but guys,
They are actually siblings. But you know what else is crazy? Me and Nisha are basically siblings too.
Yeah, they have the same mom and same
mom and dad.
Literally siblings.
Our moms and our dads are both
Married within the family.
So-
what the hell? Don't say that.
Yeah.
They're married within the same family.
So they're really siblings, true siblings, but we are basically
full blood.
we're full blood.
Full blood.
Literally sisters.
And breasts.
And what?
Inbreds is crazy.
And what?
I mean, no incest is happening.
inbreds.
I can't. In what?
Just forget it. So, in the city.
Did you find your man in the city?
Ooh, yeah, a few of them.
And
Wait, we're talking about your current man?
No, but I mean, yo.
Oh,
A few of your bed.
So, to answer this question, before I met my boyfriend, dating was kind of confusing. People suck, guys suck, boys suck.
We need men.
We need men.
The key term.
And I found one.
Hey.
But anyways, let's go backward. I'm getting off topic here. Prior to dating my boyfriend now, the dating life was very weird. And I thought it was very inconsistent. They will hit you up when they wanted to.
So were you meeting people like organically, or was it dating apps? Like, what do you mean?
So, organically and dating apps.
Okay.
I think that most of the guys I met was organically. I think just a few or just one or two were from dating apps. I don't really do well on dating apps, but anyways, besides the point. There wasn't a lot of options, so most of my dating took place in a different state. The dating is just very inconsistent, and I don't like it. So I'm so happy I'm finally taken, because I truly hate dating. Although I'm dating currently still in my relationship because that's important. So
Good topic to touch on.
Yes.
Make sure you have those date nights.
So how was it for you guys, like dating in a city? Did it work in your favor?
I guess for me, I really haven't dated men outside of the city. I think that I keep a very
Lies.
small... Okay. In my daily, day-to-day dating, I really try to keep a small range because I need a man that's nearby. You gotta be accessible.
that's true.
So I really...
For her needs.
I mean, hey, we all have needs, right?
Exactly. But who wants long distance right now? No, thank you.
I mean,
It's difficult.
if you make it long distance,
I just feel like guys that are in like the outskirts of the city, I think, or more in the suburbs, I feel like they they own their homes, they're more settled down, and I feel like I find, like when I hear from others, those are the guys that like settle down and have a family. So like maybe like dating in the suburbs would be better for me, but I think right now I'm just really looking at that small radius.
Okay.
See, but it's interesting to like get people's like point of views. Like location matters a lot, especially when in terms of who your pick of the litter is and who you're dating. It does make a huge difference,
For sure.
But kind of like to follow up too. You talked about like your friends and family a lot, and like for you too, do they influence your guys' like dating life maybe like more than you guys realize?
Is there any stigma that they give that's like, oh, you're dating this guy?
I'm gonna go first.
She said, let me go first.
Let me go
Okay,
first.
take it away.
So, I feel like they do play a big role in my relationship.
They who?
My parents.
Okay.
And my
parents
family.
specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that our family, since we're so family oriented, we have so much to say and we talk so much and it's just
Hello.
and
This is unfiltered fairy energy, so say what you want to say.
Say
What you want to say, just let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. What you
Okay.
wanna say.
I feel like my parents and, you know, just our family's just so close, so we have a lot to say about everything, and we don't hold back. We're very blunt people, and I just feel like with my family, I don't think they're judgy based off of who you date. I think it's more so how they treat you in that relationship. And also, if you tell them too much, they have a quick judgment, and of course they're gonna have a judgment because you're their child, right? So maybe not say much, because then they'll have a opinion that cannot be changed ever. As a desi, I'm happy my parents aren't like, oh, marry Indian, marry this, marry that. Marry who makes you happy. And I wish they just continue to stick by that. Marry someone who makes you happy and support them because they're happy. Also, I feel like old-fashioned Indian people can be
Like not as progressive.
not
They
as
have
progressive,
biases.
open-minded, because
Yeah.
you know what they think is, oh, let's marry Indian because Indian culture is what is perfect.
And
It's what's known.
you guys are just joining our channel. I spoke about how my dad's side is more traditional and more to the book. So in terms of my sister Reena speaking about this, she's speaking about in a traditional type of sense.
Yeah.
You know, like we said, like the mom side, we're chilling, we're more open-minded, we're just chill dudes and chill guys.
Like
and
as long
chill
as you're
people.
happy, that's all that matters. But yeah, like the stigma from your family, like it does mean a lot because we are so family oriented that it does impact us more than like they would even know.
Yeah.
So and that's what she's.
I mean, no shade to my parents, no shade to my family,
Of course
but
not.
it's just like, this is how I feel as an individual and as a Indian girl in the family. I feel like this is how things are. And another thing is, the man has to provide for you. The man has to make more money than you. You know,
Not gonna yai, you gotta be making just as much as me, if not more.
honestly,
Hot take, but I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either. Thank you. I don't agree with that only because I feel like in this time, in this
age,
world, in
yeah.
this age, as long as the man and the woman are able to pay 50-50.
As long as you guys are financially compatible and are gonna live a good life, it does not matter.
Yeah, money does not matter to an extent. But I feel like the man and the woman should be able to provide 50-50 when it comes to bills. Or if someone's running short, yeah, pay that 70, pay that 40, 30, 40.
30.
Pay that 30, pay that, I'm not
We're
good
not
at
math teachers.
so if I pay that 70, my man pays that 30, at least he can pay the groceries or make dinner or do something. I just
Because
feel
a
like,
relationship is never, and like the saying, like a relationship is always like 50-50, it's never like that. It's not ever 50-50.
Never.
Like, that's never how a relationship works. But I feel like a lot of people, in terms of like a relationship, it takes work. Like you wake up every day and you choose to like love that person. It's not like a, one day I'm feeling this relationship, the other day I'm not. It's like you actively wake up
if you're
and
not,
you choose.
leave.
You actively wake up and you choose to love this person because that is the choice that you're making in your life.
Yeah.
And the partner that you're with is also providing that same, like, I'm waking up every day and choosing this woman,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
yeah.
If my man's not the breadwinner, I don't care. As long as we're financially compatible and live a good life, I do not care.
I'm definitely.
I respect that.
But you guys can say your piece too, because I know that you were agreeing, and I don't know how you feel either about
I
that.
don't know, like I've been saying, I said this to my dad and he was looking at me crazy. I said, I think I was brought to this world to be provided for.
Hey,
There's
period.
nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with
If
that.
you feel like that's what it is, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
Shoot, I want to be an at-home mother too, but you know what?
Same.
I'm always gonna.
I wanna be a
making
Sam.
money.
Stay at home, mom.
I mean, I
Honestly, if I
definitely
could be, yeah.
feel like it depends. Ideally, you and your partner, like you said, but I don't think it's like one has to be, like, it doesn't matter who's the breadwinner. You said financially compatible.
Yes, because that's the biggest issue.
Yes, I think you understand your lifestyle, what your expenses are going to be, where people can kind of like pick up the slack. Again, it's a partnership. It's not going to be 50-50. Having those discussions and like being in agreement and just honestly just knowing that both of you have that drive and you're going to do whatever you need to do to make that partnership work. And if you have kids, whatever means that involves. And I think if drive is there and that want and that need is there, that's what matters. I mean, I will say for sure, the stigma part of it, you know, especially with like my family, I think, you know, we, like you said, it's different. Our moms were not rich enough to have education paid for. They didn't have that opportunity and they didn't have the funds to send themselves there, you know? And so I think it's definitely different now. We're all educated, understand, again, like that independence, that freedom, and just kind of knowing our worth in that, like, aspect.
In that regard, yeah.
Yeah, in that regard. And so I think it's definitely very, very different. And I think to say that you need a man that's like either equal or like above you, that's going to be hard, right?
And also you're getting out the chances of like maybe meeting somebody like great because they don't have that standard of like making enough money for you.
Yeah, but the first question I don't ask is how much you make, right?
Of course,
like
of
it's
course.
based on actual feelings and intentions for that person. I don't go to somebody and be like, oh, hey, how are you? Oh, what's your job? How much do you make?
I mean,
That is an important question.
No, but that's not what you ask from the jump.
I do.
I mean, it's nice because then
Period.
it's like, are you compatible with like my life in terms of how I work too?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say though, in terms of family, I think that is important to them. And so I think that makes it difficult when you're like picking a partner, because they're like, oh, well, like, do they have the same education as you, or they make as much money as you? And it's like, well, hey, you know what? Like, you made sure that like I have the education and the career that I have so that I could take care of myself.
Exactly.
And that is what I was told from my parents from the jump. I just want you to be independent and be able to take care of yourself, and you know what I mean? And
the rest
no
will fall
matter
into place.
yeah, and like no matter like who you're with, you're still gonna be taken care of, right? So I think yes, it's unfortunate that is something where they just want the best for you. It's not like coming from a negative place, but it's just like, unfortunately, I have seen people who like are very wealthy, that are higher in power or authority, and like they don't really treat you as well need to be treated. And I know that's like maybe an unpopular opinion, and kind of like out there to like be putting out there, but you can't have every single thing in a partner. You know what I mean? What is gonna matter to you most is like, you are happy waking up next to that person every morning. They treat you well. They understand you. They can deal with like moods and emotions. Exactly. And it's like the money part, we'll figure that out.
Exactly.
Okay,
I
that's
agree.
true. Y'all
really
But
do.
that is a good is not everything.
It's not.
It's really not. And
You need to be happy.
you have to be happy.
Yeah.
Because what is money gonna do if you're not happy?
Yeah. I was actually just having a conversation with my mom the other day, and I was like, if you're not happy every day of your life, then what are you doing? Honestly.
But can I just say one thing, because I know our family's out there listening. I will say we are living in a different time. I like know my parents. My mom and dad didn't even see each other. My dad would do like the overnights. He would literally be waiting in the driveway, waiting for my mom to come home. He would get in the car. She would come home. He would leave. It's definitely different now. I am so privileged and lucky where I am. Our parents literally doing the most. I feel like that's why part of it is like such a important thing, because they're like, look at what we went through. But
wow, I've never thought of it that way, Nisha. That's actually
smart.
crazy.
That's smart.
I am so privileged that I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
So that's
I say that I
honestly-
empathize, but it's like I could never.
it's just such a different
It is. It's
time.
eye-opening.
Time, we're in a different dynamic. It's a different person.
We'd all be married right now with at least 2 kids.
They would take us to India and say we're going on a family trip
Boy,
and
get us all
arrange our
married!
asses to get married, and we'd be like,
literally 1, 2, 3, 4.
That was like really cool to like get into and talk about like our families and how different they are.
"We love you."
We
Still.
do. We do. Off topic, but not off topic question. In terms of like situationships, because we are living in 2025, right?
Yeah.
So situationships are huge, and I feel like everybody on this couch has been in a situationship one way or the other. So what we really want to know is, what is your guys' takes on situationships? Because we've all been a part of situationships, whether or not we wanted it or not.
I don't want to answer this question.
I mean, Rena's in a relationship, so she gotta worry about it.
Yeah, but she's been in one.
in 2025.
Why the
hell are you over here?
You said in
We've
2025.
all been in a situation.
Thank you, Sonia.
To be fair, you said 2025. But for me,
Thank you.
no more situationships. Not in 2025. Leave those. I'm getting 2024. Leave that behind.
Situationship 2025.
That's right.
That's how you feel about them?
I know that's right.
But why do you hate them so bad? What is a situationship for you?
Well, I think that honestly, I'm just getting older.
Yeah.
I really can't be doing that no more.
No, yes.
But I will say, relationships are hard, right? Because there is an element of you think you're gonna get a guy to change his mind, right? Like we all want to fix somebody. We all want to be like, oh no, challenge accepted, got this. But it's like, no. If he's telling you how he feels, that's how he feels. And so you can't really change a boy.
Yeah. So what Nisha
Is what I've
said,
learned.
no more situations.
Time out. You can change. You can change.
But not
They
for
want to
situationship, though.
change.
Oh,
They
okay,
need
yeah,
to want
okay,
to change.
okay,
You
okay,
cannot change a boy.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I like that.
You cannot change a boy, but they will change if they want to change. But damn, we love a challenge, don't we?
No. challenge. We're leaving challenges in 2024. I want easy. I want peace of mind. I want natural. I want easy. We click. We don't even have to argue. We want to just live our best life and eat food and go travel and make money.
That's my sister. I taught her all that.
Okay, but what's your take on situationships for real?
They fucking suck. You know why? Because you're here believing that you're in love. But these motherfuckers over here talking to 100 other girls, making you feel special.
Love
And
bombing,
the other, who knows, females, other males, who knows who the fuck you talking to. Alright, we don't know in this
2025.
2025, hello.
She's fucking snapping for her. She's like, yeah, I know.
Okay, anyways, so I actually don't like them at all. I definitely have been in 1, 2, 3, maybe, I don't know.
No, but they're that common.
But they're very common.
common.
They're very common because you feel like you're talking to somebody and you think that you guys are exclusive or whatnot, but you find out that you're not.
Newsflash.
You're not. So you dummy. You're a clown, and you think that you're in love, but they don't love you.
But they got a whole roster.
But
right
you know
there.
what sucks? Like, I'm so glad we've learned this. Obviously, you guys are in relationships, but like, I'm glad as a unit we've learned this. We fall so hard. Women love so hard. Let me just speak for the four of us. We love so hard that it's just like when we meet somebody and yes, they're matching our energies, but behind closed doors, we don't know what's happening, right? It's just like, what the hell?
So that was so interesting talking about situationships and your guys' take on it.
So we're so excited to get into our next segment, which is called Red Flag, Do or Drink. Basically what that means is we're a list of red flags, and if the fairies think it's a red flag, the individual will take a shot. If they don't think it's a red flag, they'll just relax, vibe, and then maybe we'll have a little discussion about it after. So
Maybe even like a little debate.
maybe a debate. We love to tell our POVs.
Because we could think that these potential red flags are actually green flags, so who knows?
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's go get our shots.
Guys, these are our shot glasses. Disclaimer, we are all over the age of 21, the legal drinking age in the state we live in. The first red flag do or drink prompt is a man who does not hold open the door for you. Do or drink. So drink if you think it's a red flag.
Oh.
Red flag, a man does not hold open the door for you.
Y'all are Maslow with it. Oh,
And
Okay,
the shots were
time out.
emptied.
Time out. Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
If the guy doesn't hold the door for you at all, I think that's a red flag. But I feel like sometimes they be forgetting, and it's fine.
you don't have to say time out. That's your opinion. So I've been in a few relationships, but looking back on it, yeah, I was younger then too. But I wanted my man to come open my passenger door for me. Now looking at it at this point of view and this time in my life, I'm like, that is a red flag for me, because you should want to cater to your woman. And it's not all the time. Like, okay, if I open my door first, I don't want you to go, oh, shut the door, let me open it for you first. No, but I want that thought to be there. Especially since I have not experienced it, but I haven't experienced it to the point where a man goes out of his way to be like, okay,
Like to be considerate.
Exactly, like my girl shouldn't, not to say she shouldn't open the door for herself, but that's just how I feel in terms of like what a man should do for you.
No, there are a lot of women that speak highly on it, but like honestly, what me and Reena were sharing, like it's not something so much forefront, but it is the common experience where like ladies will feel like they want their man to be considerate in those ways.
Yeah.
So I totally get that for sure.
And I will say there are a lot of men out there that will do that for you. So
Yeah.
hey, if that's
And they would love
there
to
you
do
go.
that.
Good idea.
Inquiries only.
Yeah. Make sure you're
But
providing for her too, okay?
Exactly. Don't forget. But what were you gonna say, Nisha, about the topic?
No, I just think that you're already at the door. You're gonna stand there and be like, oh, like
Hello.
I just think that, like Keena said, in my experience, I really do feel like, guys that I have been in serious relationships, it's just something they want to do, and they do that for you. And I think that, I'm not saying it has to be done 100% of the time. I think
It's a thought that
yes,
counts.
yes,
yeah,
and
to
I do
be
think
considerate.
I do think a lot of men will want to do that for you.
Yes. Okay, so on to the next one. We're gonna pour our drinks because we emptied it all. Okay, red flag or not?
Número dos.
Número dos.
Do.
Dos, babe.
Dos.
Yeah, but we're Desi fairies.
Goddamn right.
Dos.
Ekdo.
Número dos.
Número dos. That was ek.
No.
Now here's do.
Thank you.
Número do.
No.
Number do. How do you say number?
I think it's just number.
That was funny as You're like, I think it's number.
The accent, yes.
Okay.
Don't call me Desi for nothing.
I know, that's right. Okay.
Episode.
What?
My mustache is sweating again like Rima.
Okay, just
Okay,
just
just like Rima.
Not number do. Number do.
Okay, I feel good. Alright. Come on, you
Guys,
Guys, we couldn't even get through the second
I know.
I need you to lock in. Lock in.
Okay, so it is a mama's boy.
red flag or not? Anybody takers? Any takers?
No. I also have a debate on this one too because this question isn't very specific.
Girl. Why do you think it's a red flag?
So, I dated a mama's boy. Let me tell you, it's not for the weak. Okay? Because then you end up being a mama's girl. Okay?
Like a mama's girlfriend.
Thank you. Yes.
I know what you mean.
Thank you. Okay? I already have a mother.
I already have a mother. You
Bro,
mean your fucking
mother-in-law.
boyfriend? Yeah.
First of all, clearly we're not married. I'm single.
No.
Okay, alright.
She's cut off.
Yep, cut off.
Anyways, for me, a mama's boy is really gonna put his mother before anything. And when I'm saying anything, don't cancel me. I'm saying any single thing. Something's going on with you, something's going on with the mother, yes, put your mom as a priority. You know, be there for your mom. But there comes a point in time in your relationship that you have to be like, okay, cool, I can go see my mom on this day, but let me put into consideration about how my wife or fiance or girlfriend is feeling and not put my mom in the center of our relationship. Now you have your girlfriend sacrificing everything that she does every time she's hanging out with you and you're just there. I'd love to have a good relationship with my husband's mom, correct? And I hope I do. But I'm talking about if everything in my life, especially if we're at that point where we have kids and it's circulating still around your mother, I'm not for it. Like
You're not dating the mom. You're dating your husband.
yeah,
or
and he's
whoever.
not dating his mother, he's dating me. Like,
Exactly.
you need to understand that there's a boundary that you put in place where you're like, okay, I can set aside 2 days in a week where I'm with my mother, but you can't have 7 out of 7 days of the week revolving your mother. You need to put your relationship first sometimes too. And then that makes your girlfriend or boyfriend, well, girlfriend in this situation, feel less superior or like not to that priority.
Like, not a priority.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've honestly experienced that, and for me, a mama's boy will never be it for me, and I just can't, unfortunately.
Damn,
That's
bro.
okay. You
got
made it
called
personal.
out.
I mean,
bro.
your point of view is important. I really understand what you're talking about.
I just feel
Not
like
your arm up like you're really cool and girl. She's really cool and she said, "What's up, baby? Let me take you out to dinner."
I just feel like it is tough because like I have not been in that situation that Hina's been in, and for me, I agree. You have to be a little bit more specific, I guess. I think
But your perspective was different, babe.
exactly. Like, no, sorry, not that you have to be specific, but I feel like just saying like a mama's boy in general, being more specific, because when I think of a mama's boy, I'm like, oh, like he loves his mom. He has a good relationship with his mom. And that's important to me because family is so important to me. I have dated guys who have had a very different family dynamic and it's been tough. And like me, you know, one day maybe being a mother and maybe having a son, like I wanna be a boy's mama, like, you know? But like, yes, not to the point where it's I'm now affecting your relationships, but I think
Like
it's
a
like to an
fine
extent. Exactly.
Yeah,
no,
I
that
agree.
makes sense.
Because we're all in favor. Like, love your mama. Okay.
Yes.
If we're dating anybody,
sure.
you need to love your mom or have a good relationship with
You
your
ain't
parents.
gonna love me then.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But nothing too extreme, basically. So I think
Yeah.
we all come to the conclusion of love your mom, but not so much we're put in the background of not being a priority.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So on to red flag, do or drink number
Then.
3.
Then.
Number 10.
10. Sharing locations with your partner. Red flag or not? Any takers? Any takers?
You better share that location.
No, that's right.
Do you share locations with your partner?
No.
Okay, same. And what's your take on it and why don't you?
I feel like you don't need their location because you should be able to trust them when they tell you where they are.
I agree.
So, I totally understand them. But see, I have the location of 2 out of 3 of them here because Nisha can see my location, but she
Same.
doesn't want me to see her location.
Same.
Whatever, bro. That's a different bone to pick with Nisha off camera.
I don't know how knows, but
You never.
So,
okay.
it's like, not to say I'm stalking you, right? Okay.
I know she does first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning, she checks all our locations. So yeah, she is talking.
You do? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she does.
How did you think that I knew you were here? I said, Sonia's here. And I didn't even get a call from you.
No, but honestly though, can I tell you guys my
you
take?
season 5.
Can I tell you guys my take? Because I was part of like sharing locations was like a really good thing, but it was not good for me. When I had my boyfriend's location, I was more so doing it. What? Did you agree?
I agree because I used to have
Same.
the location, but
Same.
you know, things change. And now I don't need that.
See,
and I feel like what
I
you're about to
agree.
say, go ahead, finish.
Because
I agree.
I would be, it's not that I didn't even trust him or do anything, but I just felt like because I had that accessibility of looking, I would look, and it would make me feel like, oh my god, you literally left the barbershop, why the did you not text me when you got in your car to drive home? So I was like, that's not good for me. And I realized that.
She said that is not good for me.
Why the didn't you text her when you left the barber
Even though
shop?
I knew that you were coming back home from work, and I wouldn't even
At
get mad
this time.
Exactly. But so because I had that accessibility, I think I was using it not for my benefit. So I was like, moving forward, I don't want to have that. And like, you still like, I'll have your location if you want to have mine. I'm like, no, because it's more of a detrimental to my mental health than it is anything else. Because I believe you, I trust you, so it's like, why can't I just confide in that?
Yeah, correct.
So that's all. That's really what it is. It just did much worse for me than it did benefit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. I think also we might have to like specify what degree of partner, because I do think that when you're married, for example, I think it is helpful. Like, you're busy, you're at work, you're like running errands, like whatever it is that you're doing, like you want to make sure that your partner is safe.
Yep.
So I think that if you're in a secure relationship and married or whatever, and you want to have locations just to make sure,
You guys are safe.
yeah, like that's fair. But I do think that like early on in a relationship, it might just lead to insecurities or like assumptions or things that are not necessary. So I think you just have to know what your intention is with
Yeah, to limit it. If
You know
like,
what's
you have it.
so crazy? Obviously, so I haven't experienced sharing locations with a boyfriend, right? But my perspective, what you're saying, is like so opposite. I obviously haven't experienced it again, but I would feel like I would want your location to know exactly that, instead of, because I would be like, okay, is he like, okay, trust, right? Trust is very important, but then I would be like, okay, so what if he's not here? Or what if he's not there? But if I had the location and I knew these locations that he was at, I would be okay with it, if that makes sense.
I feel like that's how I thought, and that's what led me to like want to be checking his location. But to each their own. I feel like everyone's different.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
for
mindset
sure.
could work for you, but for
Yeah.
me it'd be like,
Yeah.
I know where you are, but why the you not text me back?
Yeah, but
Like
see, then
that.
that's where I would be
So,
like,
you're good. I see your location.
nope. I'd be like, hello. Hello.
And everyone's different, and that's really what it is.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
I feel like I've evolved into that person, because before, and this, not to say, because I've not been in a relationship for like a few years now, but before I was never that type of girlfriend to call you or say what's up or, check in on you. Not like I would check in on you, but not through like calling or FaceTiming. But now I feel like seeing these examples of relationships as well, and just seeing how people communicate better by actually like physically checking in, even if it's through the phone, I'm definitely turning into that person where I want to be able to call you or FaceTime you and check in with you like that and update you on what I'm doing, or update me on what you're doing.
Updates are important.
Updates are important. Whether it's like you're just going poop or you're going to meet your friends, updates are important.
Period. Like, I'm pooping, call you back, I'm on TikTok.
Yeah. All right.
Or
so,
you can FaceTime while they're pooping.
No.
Some people, that's like their private time, you know?
Yeah.
I would have a
Their
hard
me
time
time.
pushing.
Yeah.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
That is definitely another discussion to be had, because I think boundaries are very important, and for some people that could be crossing their boundary, like, you know, their personal boundary, and it's like, you have to trust me. If you need a check-in, call me, text me, but it's like, maybe you don't need to know where I am 24/7. So I mean, it really just depends, I think, on the situation.
Yeah. It's all situational, basically.
Reina's over there being Kim Possible, so.
Yeah. All right, but now on to our number 4 red flag do or drink.
Number John.
So, okay, so the 4th red flag do or drink is that your partner brings up their ex a lot. Yeah.
Where's the other shot?
You gotta drink twice for that one.
Yeah,
That shot was tasty.
Yeah.
That shot was tasty. Was it actually?
It was.
Yeah.
Do we even have to have a discussion about this?
Honestly, but like
It's
I
pretty
said,
point blank period.
yeah.
Do we need to have a discussion about this?
Nah, it's
Comment. No. I want you. We all want you, fairies, to comment down below your guys' thoughts, because we insta drink, so y'all know that we think it's a red flag.
Yeah.
But for you guys, comment down below your answer to this.
Down below, please.
Yes.
I actually would really love to know, because I feel like I could
See what they
I
like.
feel like we could throw a few
Yeah.
different pointers out
Yeah.
there
Yeah. Okay.
on
All
this
right.
topic.
Are we okay with moving on to number 5?
Yes.
Number
Let me- Number 5. Doesn't post you on social media.
ASMR.
Yep.
Delish.
Yup, that one.
You gotta go.
Yeah. Send them to the back.
If you're down with the ex, move on to the next. If you're down with the ex,
and that will make me want to move on.
the only ex I want is extra money.
Honestly, mic drop, because really, ooh, guys, I can like literally experience like this hurts my chest to think about it. Like,
Okay,
it's
go
kind of
ahead.
sad.
Wait,
It is sad.
It
I was
is
blinded.
sad.
I was blinded.
Yeah,
Shut
it's
up. You guys can
sad.
decide. You guys can decide about your experience.
Your man is basically living a double life. Okay, a double life. And that man don't want you, and you don't need him, and he doesn't deserve you. You deserve better love, okay? If that man, this goes into a little bit more detail, but if he does post you on social media, make sure you're not the only person that can see it.
Ugh,
Yeah?
crazy. Mind blown.
Yeah. Make sure you're the only one that can see it.
They can hide it from every single one of their followers, but you.
You just taught some people a new trick.
Yeah.
Make sure you
Wow,
check Make sure you
people-
check who can view their
want to do
stories,
that?
babies,
Yeah.
fairies.
And this is not just one-sided, okay? We're not saying it's all men who do this, and this goes for all our videos and this video too. Girls also do this, okay? This is not one-sided. But speaking from our experiences, my ex-man never posted me on social media. My first man never did. None of my men actually ever did.
That's why she is how she is right now. High expectations.
Yeah, and as they should be.
Actually,
As it should be.
They should be.
Anybody else have anything mentioned about not being posted on social media?
felt that, been there,
Done that. Move on to the next.
Move on to the next, unless they get better.
Okay. Period.
Red flag do or drink number 6.
Number 6.
Like our episode.
Won't introduce you to his friends or his family.
Wait, where the are the shots?
Yeah. Where's the bottle boy?
You know, make sure you don't pour that much because we don't got that.
Girl, the bottle's done.
Okay. Won't introduce you to his friends or his family.
Big
Boy,
red
what are you
flag.
doing, boy? Do we need to
Delish.
speak on this?
No.
We're all family oriented, and that's case closed.
Yeah, that's it. Mic drop.
On to the next.
All right.
Number 7. Period.
On to tequila shots.
We're hydrated as our cells are living.
What?
What?
What the English boy?
No, you
Our cells,
No speak English?
our cells are living. We're hydrated as We're on to number 7.
Number 7.
Okay. A jealous / clingy man.
Red flag or not?
I have.
Situational for me.
Oh, is it a red flag?
Yeah.
Is it a red flag for you?
Nah, I want my man jealous and clingy, honestly.
Tell them how you really feel.
Honestly, probably not too clingy or too jealous, but I love them jealous and clingy. Like, be on me, baby.
I agree. Like, tell me that you love me.
Tell me you love me. Tell me you love me every time I ask you.
Okay.
Okay.
And I ask. No. Tell me you love me without me having to ask you a million times.
Alright, my whole thing is there is nothing that's more of a turn on than a man that can like do his own thing. Like have your own hobbies, have some friends, let's do our own thing, either like in dates, like double dates or like groups of friends, or just have that like separate time. And I think that honestly it took me, you know, to realize that at this age that that's like actually important to keep a relationship healthy and together. And if you have a jealous or clingy man, if they're jealous, they're jealous. Like you gotta worry about what are they gonna be doing if
Like,
they're
they're
like
insecure.
jealous of you.
Now that she's really
You
thinking
want
about
them to
it.
be secure, right? You want them to be
Self-love.
trustworthy. You
Self-love.
want, and yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm the only one that hasn't taken a drink yet.
Yeah.
But honestly,
Well, yeah,
I
tell
agree.
how you feel.
I agree with what you guys are saying. I feel like there's like a limit to everything, and there's also situations where like it could be taken maybe not as well or not as good, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I agree with both of them. However, when I read this question, I didn't think in a severe
Yeah.
aspect. Like, yeah, I agree with Nisha. When you're in a relationship, you want to have your own hobbies. You want to be doing your own thing. You don't need to be like
Two separate entities.
You know, like be with each other 24/7. Like, I need to do my own thing. I need to do things that will make me a better person, and then also a better person for this relationship.
Yeah.
Or and vice versa. So like self-love is very important, and if you guys are too clingy, too jealous, blah 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 over each other, that means like you know, there's some type of insecurity.
Like you need stability.
You need stability and stuff like that, and I feel like that's where the immature love is, if you think about it in a more emphasized way in that question.
Obviously, these questions, and I don't know if you guys have experienced this type of man, you know what I mean? But I've been kind of explaining from my experiences how this has been happening and kind of how it influences my decision if it's a red flag or not. So, my last boyfriend, he was very clingy. And when I'm talking about very clingy, I'm talking about he wanted to see me every day.
Yeah, that shit was annoying. I miss my sister.
Yeah, dude, and now looking back on it, it's like, yeah, was I blinded by love? Maybe, right? But it's like, I made that choice to see him every day as well. But reevaluating myself from back then, I'm like, wow. Even deep down during that time, at that time, I was thinking, I really want to stay home today. Like, I really want to be with my family today. But then, was I with him? Yeah. But was it because I was clingy? No, it's because he's like, oh, like, I want to see you. Like, why can't you see me? I'm like, bro, I just saw you yesterday. Like,
Yikes.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it goes
So
to
like
that.
that's emphasized.
Yeah,
Like,
it goes to that.
That's like dependent.
That's like come on. Like it's good to have space.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it gets to that point where it's like Nisha said, like Reena said, you need to have your own hobbies. We need to be able to go a few days without seeing each other and still be okay
It's
within
healthier
our
that
relationship.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we feel on that one. Okay, fairies, we're on to our last red flag. The last one is a bad texter.
Ooh.
Who wants to take it away? Anybody think it's a red flag?
I need to think. I need to ponder.
I'm like half and half. I wish I could take like a half.
Let me take a
percent.
half a shot.
Yeah, I'll take a half because I'm like.
Okay, we can do that. Okay, half. Damn, my thing's mad big.
Jesus.
Not your eyes. Is that good?
I regret
Yo,
I've been
regret that. It tastes like fucking whiskey.
Whiskey is not white, babe.
I know, it's a joke.
Damn, might be spilled.
Oh, what is it?
Nisha, are you drunk?
No.
Okay, so I took a half a shot like the rest. Did you take a half shot or no?
I mean, we had to finish.
We
it.
all took a shot, let's be honest.
Okay.
You can't waste a shot.
So one thing about me is if I'm in a relationship with you, I am not a bad texter. I will send you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 messages about a different topic.
Yeah. I think
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you better respond to every single one of the topics.
You know what? Hell yeah.
Acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like a reaction is fine with me. But like if I'm talking to you about how my day was and then what I ate and then there's something else.
Right. You're always talking about food.
Big back, respect, no shame in my game.
No, there is no shame.
We like food.
Mm-hmm.
we do like food.
Thank you, guys. She's
We're
being a
gonna-
hater.
Guys,
You're making someone sweat, bro.
Yeah, it's because I'm hot right now.
dude, my
Fucking
knees
tequila
hurt.
shot.
Would you like osteoarthritis?
Don't you like
Fucking-
straight
guys,
salad?
oh, no, we can't. We need to have some more. We need to not lose our estrogen when
Let's
we're
go
older.
to Planet Fitness.
Guys, we're all gonna have osteoporosis because we're fucking losing our estrogen. Guys,
Alright, go
women
ahead.
are the biggest suspects for osteoporosis, but we can't have that.
Alright, I'm Clux.
Come on, bad textures.
Yeah, I can't do a bad texter. That's for me. That's it for me. How about y'all?
Honestly, I don't even use my phone, so don't even text me. I don't care. I won't see it.
But she's on TikTok. Okay. Anyways.
Exactly. That's it.
Wow.
Honestly, text me through TikTok. I won't even answer you because that's my time. Don't bother me through
Is
TikTok.
the tequila make you guys hot or what?
Yeah.
I don't need this anymore, honestly.
Yeah.
Alright. Bad texters. If they're a bad texter, they better be a good caller. Because
I don't want to talk to you on the phone. Don't call me.
I didn't ask you.
Sonia will only be talking to her man when he's at her front door.
Yes.
Literally, what the hell?
Yeah, what the hell? Okay, I guess
No,
don't call me when you get out of that barbershop.
No, just text me. I'm going home.
Anyways,
Okay, cut that shit out because that did not make no sense. Okay. Alright, anyways, if you're a bad texter, okay, cool. But you better be a good caller. Like FaceTime, whatever, phone call, audio notes, all that shit. You better be good.
Yeah.
So that's why I took half a shot.
you took the whole thing.
Yeah, I did. 'Cause that tequila, you gotta finish a shot, you know?
Coming from Reena.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
that shit was-
Yeah.
that shit was nasty. You know,
If you
just
know, you know.
rewind and see my facial
If you
reaction.
know, you
Yes.
know.
Okay, guys, that wraps up our.
You didn't ask Nisha.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, babe.
I'm forgetting the
I'm
shit
so
end of the
sorry.
stick.
No, she's the front. I don't think she's the shit under the stick.
How do you feel? How do you feel about bad texters?
I mean, honestly, I totally agree with Hina. I am such a bad texter, but when I have a boyfriend, all of a sudden,
Right?
like literally,
Paragraphs, though. Paragraphs.
Not always.
She's like, not too much.
but I do love the audio note text.
The voice memos.
The voice memos, thank you. Anyways, as long as you can call, I like to call, I like to FaceTime. I like if you want to just come on over.
Honestly.
Come on over.
In person is always better.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we had to say on the red flags segment, and on to the next one. So our next segment is on dating apps, and we're gonna take Reena and Nisha's take on dating apps and see how they feel.
So you guys have mentioned that in the past, like to figure out and to find dates, you guys have used dating apps. How do you guys feel about dating apps? Do you like them?
When you're bored, I guess, sliding and swiping or whatever the case may be.
You see how long she's been off this shit? Sliding.
Swiping left, right, whatever, is fun until you get to the people that aren't your type over and over and over. I mean, wait, over and over. No, wait. What side is this like? I don't know.
Left.
I don't
Whatever,
know,
left.
but yeah.
So left.
Our left, you're right.
And that's just when I leave the dating app, I just it because it's just like, what the fuck?
Dude,
What kind of options are out there.
Sorry to cut you guys off, but literally when I was at the airport, there was this man who had sat next to me. Where like, if you look over, he opened Hinge, and this man, without a single thought, was just swipe, swipe, swipe. Like he had
likes.
Like, or like the opposite way, but like either way, like if he was swiping like I like you or don't like you, like it literally took him a millisecond to figure out his idea. Like he didn't even see through the whole entire profile. Like he literally looked at the first photo.
That's crazy.
And he was like, bah, bah, bah. And I was like, literally
He's trying to
looking at
find
this man.
he's trying to find his love of the life. You can't judge a book by its cover.
But that's why that first photo is really like make or break for real. Okay, so you'd rather meet someone like organically, right? Like you said,
honestly, yes, and that's how I met my boyfriend. I met him organically, and it was just the best thing in the world.
Okay, good.
And dating apps. Just kidding, because you do meet the people that you love, and you do meet the people that you marry on dating apps. But I was never successful because, but honestly, I'm happy I wasn't because I got to meet who I met.
And what about you, Nisha? What's your take on dating apps?
I totally agree. I think people like mindlessly scroll through these apps, and I think it's tough because you'll match with somebody, they won't message you back. That is like a huge ding. Red flag. I'm like, why are you like liking me and then you can't even like start or carry a conversation?
I feel like it's like that brief sense of like validation where it's like, oh, like I sent you a like, now you like me back, or whatever the case may be. It's like I got the validation, I'm done. It could be for some people. I don't know, but
I do think so. I do think so for some people. But you know what's funny actually? Speaking about dating apps, you know, there's like Hinge and Tinder and like all of those. But you know, my family had suggested trying Charlie.com. And it's so funny because what I'm realizing with these dating apps is that like you need to pay for them. And it's like, why do I gotta pay to find the love of my life? All right? Like that is crazy talk. And with Shy.com, you would think it's like a matrimonial website, it's like serious, and I'm not even kidding you, like I get thousands and thousands and thousands of likes, and I'm like, where is this coming from? Like I honestly thought I was gonna join that app and like you have literally your entire like life history, like how much you make, what your occupation, like how many people are in your family, etc., etc.
Wow.
And like you literally think that like it's gonna be very like just.
Is your bio data?
Yeah, no, seriously.
What is your bio data?
Seriously. And like I think it's because I don't pay for it, so I'm like getting this just like I'm like so overwhelmed by it, but I'm just like, who are these people?
Yeah.
It's not, and honestly, I've had older Indian people tell me that Shadi.com is like the equivalent to Tinder, which is crazy. I just feel like with dating apps, like
Tinder
you just,
well, we also have like a billion Indian people.
No, but like Tinder was notorious for like just a hookup app. Notorious, and I'm talking like prior, not now. But it was like, oh, you're on Tinder because you just want to hook up.
like that's it. Nothing serious, no marriage, no nothing. Like just like hook up and that's it. Bye.
So them comparing Shadi.com to Tinder is crazy. But now Tinder, like you said, people have met from dating apps. Like I know a couple that met on Tinder and are married, have a baby.
Don't you have to pay for Tinder now too?
There, you can pay for any dating app to have like that premium.
Yeah, to have like more likes or like more
nobody
choices
doing
or
that.
something. No.
Not
You're
me
right,
at
though.
least.
So kind of like to talk about like dating apps, right? We all have our icks in terms of like who we date and like who we like just icks about like people in general, right? Are there any like icks that like have stood out to you in terms of like dating apps or just like people or boys, men that you meet in general? If you could sum up like 3 top icks, what would they be for you guys?
Do you want to go first?
It's fun. This question's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 of my icks are if the person has a picture of themselves posted in a gym mirror.
Shirtless?
Like shirtless.
Oh my god,
Okay.
me too.
Another one is I'm 6 foot and whatever the he says after. Like, okay, 6 foot.
You're probably 5'11".
Yeah, not even that. You're probably 4 feet. Like,
short king.
Embrace it. No, let's not put that on Hina. Let's not put that.
And,
Not too much on me, fun.
The third one is when they have a voice memo and they talk in a fake deep voice.
Oh.
And then when you
That's a good
actually
one.
talk to them, they're like, hello, hi, how are you? Because that happened.
Wow, that's crazy.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Hashtag trauma. Okay, what are yours?
Wow. Guys that only have pictures of selfies. It's like, where are your friends? Like,
Do you have friends? Question mark.
like what? Like mirror pics and like bathroom pics. Like, I get it. We
You
all
have
do
friends,
that.
girl.
I feel like let's have a little bit of variety in there, okay? I can spell that for you. Variety.
That's spelled wrong.
Because, no, it's not.
Just kidding.
You thought I
All right, I did win the spelling bee once when I was a little girl.
thought. Period.
Okay.
Period.
Wait, really?
Hashtag Indian.
Hashtag
Power.
keeping their place in mind. Couldn't spell the word straight.
I didn't even make it to the
Hashtag I
spelling
made
bee.
it to the spelling bee, but did not spell the word correctly.
I don't even
Indian.
remember being in a spelling bee.
But
Anyways, that trauma didn't reach you, I guess.
Yeah, literally. Thank God. Thank God.
I would say a second one is, and not so much like with the profile, but guys that will try to talk sexually with you,
Oh, yeah.
like right away.
Ooh, right away is crazy.
Super ick. Like, what?
I just met you.
I'm about to go shower. I'm not gonna show you anything, but I'm gonna shower.
You were
Like, take me
You
out
know
to
what I'm
dinner
talking about?
first.
yes, like
you
you
know
were
what I'm
definitely predator.
Like, I'm telling you what I'm doing, but that's it.
What are you wearing?
Clothes.
Clothes.
My Snuggie.
Yeah, dad.
My cheetah snuggie. That.
And like this might be an unpopular opinion, but like I just really don't like. I bet like it probably is true, but I just don't love like the very generic responses. Like
The what?
my favorite
Generic.
show is like The Office or like Friends.
Are you talking
or,
about
like,
when they're like their little prompts,
prompts?
are? Okay.
Like when it's just like something super generic, and I'm
yeah,
just
like show a little bit of
like
personality.
I love tacos, and I'm like
Tacos
everyone
and
likes
Explain
tacos.
the order. You want a taco
Tacos.
with lettuce, cheese, pico de gallo, guacamole, sour cream? Like, explain yourself. I need in depth.
Yeah, there's just certain responses or prompts that you or prompt answers that you see over and over and over and over and over and over
repetitive.
again, and I'm like, wow, like
She's
that's
over.
crazy.
She's over the over.
Over the over repetitiveness.
Yes.
Like, you know, like for example, that's like
Who sat these two together?
yeah. They're just laughing because they don't want to be on the dating apps anymore. They're
They're laughing at our misery. First of all, this should be a podcast with me and Nisha because they don't even know.
I really
they don't
feel
know the
like
struggle of today's generation.
I really feel the support, you know.
Right? I'm literally supporting you guys.
Nisha, I am sorry that you have to go through that.
You should be.
What about me?
So do you
Feel sorry for me too.
Okay, so do you have any icks that you want to share?
Yes. So to piggyback off of Nisha, the selfies, yes, but you know she was like, oh, you don't have any friends, but it's when they post a picture with their friends but put emojis over their friends. Why are you doing that?
That is actually
That's
hilarious.
and
That's
immediately left.
Yeah, I know. Actually, it's so true.
I thought left is like.
No,
I
Brian
thought
doesn't
you
know.
don't like people that vape either.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Second ick, if you have a vape in any one of your pictures,
Move on
Bye.
to the next.
move on to the next. Yes, vapes, ick, gotta go, can't do it, so disgusting, hot take, don't care, cancel me, don't care. Third one.
I don't even have three.
Third one, I feel like I have to agree with Reena. Reena had mentioned the gym pic, but I had mentioned the
Burping.
shirtless picture. It's like when they post a sexual picture, why are you doing that?
Like their V-lines.
Yeah, like you guys think that's cute,
Come
but it's
on.
really unattractive, like uncanny. Like you guys should just delete the whole app at that point. Nobody's gonna like you.
Except for people that are.
Damn, sexual.
Yeah.
But like, there's apps for that. Like, there's other apps for that. Come on now.
Yeah, like come on, there's
Read
genuine
through.
people out
Like
here.
OnlyFans?
Genuine people out here that are looking for something genuine as well, like these two. Like, come on.
Yeah.
We're trying to join the club here.
Let's not judge.
Okay, can I
Judge
say,
who?
can I say mine now?
Yeah.
So it's like, y'all stop.
I don't even have, I have two, but I don't even have three. But my first
Can
one
I
is,
say your third one?
okay, my first one is literally if your first photo is of you holding a dead fish, like a dead animal, like a deer.
Why would
Boy.
like a deer like this?
My,
From his mouth.
like, that's
One strong motherfucker.
First of all, he gonna feed you.
He's like, I got some
fish for you,
He's
baby.
cooking up for dinner.
First of all, all of a sudden I don't like fish. Like, no. That's your first photo and you're on a boat like this? No. I want like,
Especially
a real
cheese in
genuine-
too. Like,
You're literally holding a dead animal. Like, what are you doing?
She wants you to take a bite of a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, instead. Like Chick-fil-A. That way, like, we could go on a date there. You know what I'm saying? Alright, anyways. The next thing. Stop mentioning Helen Keller. Like, we get it. She was blind. She was deaf. But why do you always have to put her in your prompt?
okay, can you give an example of how?
No. I literally don't even have one. I think the prompt would be like, you won't even believe me, Helen Keller.
What?
What do you mean?
You know, I've never seen that.
You've never seen that?
Thank God.
No, we need to look up like I'll literally type in like Helen Keller prompts or whatever because they like I don't even know what it is with the men, but they don't believe like Helen Keller was a human, an entity. They don't
It's a
believe
Gen
that.
Z thing.
Is it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
Do you guys know
I
what I'm
think
talking
it's a
about?
Gen Z thing.
I was gonna say, I don't.
All right, so no one knows what I'm talking about.
Fairies, let us know if
Yeah.
y'all have heard that before. Just like everybody has an opinion, like everybody has an asshole.
Can I say the last third one?
Yeah, she's gonna
Okay.
say my third one.
When you have pictures of other females on your account.
Oh yeah, and also
Like-
if your first photo is not you and it's like you and your friend, like, and your friend's more attractive than you, then you already yourself up over
Yeah,
there.
no bullshit.
Like it's your dating profile.
I wonder
like,
why
how
they
could it
put
be
the
you?
emojis over the people.
Yeah, that's
think that's
literally what I
why?
think.
Yeah, because
That's
their
what I
friends
think.
are probably cuter.
Anyways, that was all of our icks, guys. So just stop doing what you need to do. We told you. Stop.
Stop doing what you need to do.
I mean, stop doing what
Right.
you're doing because it's not working.
Cut
It
out.
Guys, this is the most exciting part. I mean, all of it was exciting before this, but now we're gonna get into like a little story time with the fairies. Boom,
Dance party. Boom.
dance party, dance party, dance party, story time, story
Now we gotta
time,
mix up
story
some
time.
bumba.
Yes, my baby
Girl, that is not
Okay, alright. So Nisha and Reena are gonna talk about their best and worst dating experiences, okay? So do y'all wanna start with your best, your worst? What do you guys wanna start with?
My worst.
Okay, you
take
guys
it
wanna
away.
start with your
Wait, but
worst?
can you go first?
All right, we can talk about that first.
Yeah, sure.
I would say my worst was I went on a date with an Indian guy off of the dating apps. We went
Wait, do you know what app? Sorry to put it.
Hinge.
And how long did it take you to get that date?
Probably a couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was Indian, and
He was a desi.
Yes.
Okay.
And we we met at a restaurant for drinks. We got there, we're talking, and early on in the date, he tells me that he's not into Indian girls.
Oh.
Then
So why is he
are you
there?
on a date with me?
Weird.
And I'm like, all right. And like, part of me is like,
I'd be like,
let me not take it for like face value. Maybe he just hasn't like dated Indian girls, you know? But I'm like, still, like, that's weird. Don't say that to me. I'm Indian, okay?
Yeah.
And so we just continue talking. We grab a drink, and he
wait, I'm
starts
sorry.
talking.
So that was in the beginning of the date? Like he prefaced that?
like early in the date. Not like the first thing, but it was like early on. We're talking about like just dating.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I let it go on. And we get a drink. He starts talking about his ex-girlfriend. His like ex-girlfriend who's like Russian. He like moved here like and met her and was in love with her, but his family back home didn't approve of her, and like they had to like break up. And I kid you not, like I was done with my drink and I was like, the waitress comes back and I'm like, okay. And he's like, no, like, let's get a second drink. Orders us drinks. I kid you not, I am sitting here because I am so
Nice.
just nice, and I'm like, I don't know like how to end this, and we're talking about his ex-girlfriend, and I'm sitting there 3 hours of my life
3 hours?
listening about his ex-girlfriend, how his family like didn't approve of her, and like all these things, and I'm like, bruh.
The whole time.
Honestly, the
Right.
minute he talked about that, like, just like not being into Indians or not dating Indians, I would have dipped. I'd been like, first of all,
I'd be like, I have to go to the bathroom.
I'd be like, do you not understand who you're on a date with?
Yeah.
Like the queen
it's
bee of the
that
mall.
happened to you?
Oh yeah.
You never told us about this.
Yeah, I would have been like, F
crazy.
you. I would have been like, I literally would have thrown that drink on his face.
Yeah, what do you do? Like when you're in that situation, it's so hard.
No,
I mean, I know.
though, because you want to be civil.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Nah, I would have been like, oh, honestly,
I would have been like, the minute he talked about his ex, like the minute he talked about not dating, like not wanting to date an Indian or not being into Indians, and then talking about his ex, that's 2 red flags in one.
Yeah,
I'm just ready to
definitely.
leave.
It's okay. You're just such a nice person, and I'm not judging you.
Yeah. This is a judgment free zone.
Judgment free zone.
Girl, you did what you had to do, and honestly, who would have known? Maybe
3 hours? You trooped that.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
What's your worst experience, Reena?
My worst experience was actually this was date 3 with this guy. He was Indian.
Oh,
No,
the trauma,
date two.
the pattern.
This was day 2. We went to McGolf.
Oh. Love a McGolf.
What's McGolf? Just like a mini golf place?
Mini golf. And I'm very big on like outfit, like, sneakers and stuff like that. Man, I want to say sneakers. Appearance, yeah.
Like you want your man to look good.
Look good, fashionable, And he wore the same sneakers the second date. And they were crusty. I let the first time slide. But the second time... ugh. Anyways.
This girl said his sneakers were crusty.
So we played golf, probably the 15th hole, right? And there's a waterfall hole, right? We get to the top of the waterfall, and I'm just like, oh, let's take a picture of the waterfall. Mind you, I've been there like a million times in my life, so whatever. So we get there, and then he just turns me around, and he tries to kiss me. Bro, when I see that tongue full force ready to just be on me.
He went tongue first?
Like, but I didn't allow it to happen. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
I kind of just was like, not, like, what, like.
She's like, not now! She said jump scare!
No, honestly, I was like, oh, hell no. So I like kind of swerved him, and it was really awkward. After that, I also won McGolf. But my other plan was to go somewhere to watch the sunset. But then I had called my sister. Hina, do you remember this? I called my sister. I actually texted her. I'm like, Hina, SOS, call me. We get into his car. He calls me. And I'm like, oh my God, no way. I can't believe that happened. I'm coming home right now. Save my ass.
Yeah, I remember this.
And I got into my own car, drove the off.
Never saw him again.
Never saw him again. Honestly, I don't believe in intimacy on the second date, nor do I believe in that type
Wow,
of
so you ghosted him.
Ghosted him.
Have you ever ghosted someone, Nisha?
Ghosted
Yes.
him. I couldn't
have
do
to.
it. Disrespectful.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
First of all, you should be like,
and crusty.
can I kiss you?
Like,
I'm a
ask for my
gentleman.
permission, bro. Ask for my permission.
Like Anthony from Bridgerton, I am a gentleman.
I'm a gentleman.
I love him. Oh my God.
Yeah. That was one of my worst dates.
I'm
and
sorry that you had to experience a guy coming full.
But thank God you had Hina to come and clutch for you too, because you would be like, I'm out.
And
The minute you feel uncomfortable, and that's the biggest thing. If you feel like you're on a date, the best situation is bring your own car, and if you feel like you need a dip, you can just literally have the free will to dip.
Mm-hmm.
Get out
Always
of
take
there.
your own car.
Yeah, always find a way. Always find a way to like have a backup plan where if the date does not go how you want it to go, dip. Leave when you want to leave, girl, because that's your time, and they're wasting your time. Don't let them.
Okay, so I know we dwelled on the bad, but let's hear about your best dating story.
Do you guys have a best dating?
Hopefully.
experience? Can I go first?
Yeah. You go first.
Oh.
She just asked me what it was. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll say that when I was in Puerto Rico,
Okay.
I had met a guy there, and we had gone on like multiple dates just over the course of my vacation there. But I would say that was probably like the most memorable experience. Like we would wake up, we actually stayed like in a hostel. Like obviously I had my own room, but that's like where I met this guy. And we would like wake up, he would like plan for us to like we'd go to the beach, we would walk around old San Juan, and like there's like this like large granary area where like families go and like fly their kites and stuff. We would just go sit there and lay and just kind of talk about like life and how we ended up where we were. And then we went on a tour to get the best pina coladas. So we'd like hop to different places and then we would just go dancing.
Wow.
And so like we would just have a whole day. I know that's like a lot. That's more than like just a day, but it was a full day of a day.
That's fun though.
But I would
Who
say
says a day can't be a whole day long?
yeah. I would say like that was just fun.
Wait,
like
that's
just
so cute.
I feel like a date where it's, you start and then you can just like, go to different places, experience different things, and you just talk about like everything and kind of just share space and time. So that was really nice.
That's so cute.
That sounds like a beautiful day experience.
Are you still in contact with them?
I on social media will like acknowledge
Each other's posts?
Yes, yeah, but
Well,
he
hey,
lives in a
We have a
different
friend,
state.
but hey, we were friends if we ever go back to PR, right?
Yeah, well, he actually isn't even from there. He
Yeah.
lives in a different state.
They was
Yeah.
just visiting at the
wow.
same
Yeah.
time. That's
See?
also why I think I would meet my man too if we're both visiting a different state. Country. Must be nice.
Location,
Yeah,
province,
new
who knows?
location. Wow, okay.
And Reena, do you have a best experience, a best dating experience to share?
So, my date that I really enjoyed was when I was in Dallas with my boyfriend, and we went to a steakhouse that was 15 feet underground. We had to take a whole elevator down there, and it was beautiful. It had a whole like tank full of sharks and whatever you want to call it.
Like an aquarium?
Aquarium, yeah. So it was like an aquarium. I don't think they were really sharks. They were just big fish, I guess, because that would be kind of crazy, right?
Not really.
What if someone broke the
I can have a baby shark.
No, because what if someone just hit the glass and like everything just came out and we're 15
that's-
feet deep.
But that's with anything though in this world. Like
The
that could be
fucking sharks would
anything.
die because they would run out of water.
Before they'd kill you,
They'd
yeah,
go-
they'd be running out of water.
Oh.
Anyways, we're not talking about
Yeah.
animal.
Okay, so
Yeah,
anyways,
cruelty.
there was like a little, no, I don't think there was an aquarium.
What?
There was a water
Boy.
fountain. Sorry, I was drunk. Okay, so
Boy.
it was, okay, sorry. I think there was like water fountains everywhere and it was just decorated so beautifully and the food was phenomenal. And I think actually that day was very, very, very important and very sentimental. And that was the day he asked me to be his girlfriend. Yeah. So that was a good day and it was good food and we had great pictures.
So she didn't actually go to that date with her boyfriend. She went to that date and then got a boyfriend. Okay, great.
Wow, we're gonna cry. No, I'm not.
Are you actually about to cry?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hina has not even talked about her dating experience or her experience on dating apps, but let me tell you, this girl, and correct me if I'm wrong, but she already knows I'm right. This girl is talking to X, Y, and Z, how many people she wants to talk to, right? But ask me how many dates she's gone on. One, okay? And it was so funny because I had been, so this was back TBT when I had red hair, but her mom always like dyed my hair red, and so this is the day that I had been getting my hair done. And Hina surprised me and her mom at the same time and was like, I'm gonna go on a date with this Indian guy.
Yeah, my
And-
first date with an Indian guy ever.
Mind you, a first date in like ever too.
Yeah.
Like it's been like forever since Hina's even went on a date. So
Yeah,
like
not too much.
no, but when I tell you, like, me and her mom, our jaws were on the floor when she was like, we're gonna go on this date, like, it's happening,
Yeah,
this,
and I
this,
was like,
this.
do you guys want to come?
Yup. So,
Not her asking.
so
Literally,
her,
I was like, yo, guys, come.
so her first date was with this Indian man, and their first date took place at Ben and Jerry's, and it was not so far away from their house where, like, literally her mom and me, we took a car, we followed Hina on the way there, and we stalking her on her first
Yeah,
date.
but not to mention, I made sure, I was like, make sure, because this was like kind of after pandemic times, but I was like, just like wear a mask, like, although I didn't have any photos of like her or my mom like on my dating app, but it was like, just wear a mask, like, we kind of look related, like, just make sure you're in disguise.
She was
I made
so
this girl,
paranoid.
I made this girl wear a hat, I made my mom wear a mask, like.
Insert the photos here. Not her talking
anyways, tell them about the date.
Okay, so honestly,
What made you want to go on this date, by the way? Because you don't even go on dates.
I don't. I really do. And I want to go on more dates. And I feel like, I don't know, that's like such a different topic, but
She needs to go on more dates.
Yes,
Comment down
yes.
below, encouraging Hina, because she needs to get herself out there.
or if you want to take me out to dinner.
Yes.
Comment below.
Because you know I love to eat.
I have to approve.
Anyways.
Not too much.
Not too
but
much.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyways, so what had happened was we met on I think it was Hinge. I want to say Hinge, and we were just talking about like, oh, we're both Indian. We were talking about like, cause I believe he's Tamil. I don't even know how to say
I don't know
it.
how to say it, but yeah.
Tamil, and obviously I'm Hindu, so North Indian. So we were talking about how we had the same type of traditions, but they were a bit different. Like, so we were kind of relating on that and like, you know, having good conversation and good like flow of getting to know each other better. And then he was like, oh, like, do you want to meet up and get ice cream or something like that? So I was like, yeah. Okay, and like Sonia said, this was my first date in like a while. So I was
She
like,
was so nervous.
I was literally like, do I look good? Like, and I look the good. Okay, insert
Hell
picture.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ew.
She was so nervous though. It was like crazy because I've never seen her this nervous before, like in her head about stuff. But like her going on a date was like so monumental, dead ass.
Yeah, especially with an Indian man. Like in
Especially.
at that time, my 24 years of life, that was my first date with an Indian guy in my whole life. So I was just like, oh my god, like God, like what do I do? So
Do you speak in an accent?
no. So what the? So basically they showed up after, but it was so funny because I had met up with this guy. I literally walked in.
First of all, she was early to the date. I do remember that
I
because we
was.
pulled up at the same time, and me and her mom were in her mom's car because her mom had driven us. We were in the car for like 10 minutes waiting for you to be like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
He was late. I was
Yo,
like,
honestly though, I got free ice cream that day. From Sahina's mom, thank you very much.
I just remember walking in. So he actually got there like before me, but like I was at the place before him. So he got inside the shop before me. So I'm walking in, and at first, like, not to say I don't recognize him, and he actually looked better in person, but
Not too much on him. Sorry if you're watching, but
So-
you missed your chance.
Yeah, thank you. So I walk in and I'm like, hey, like he gets up and like he like, you know, we give like a little hug and whatever. But he sounded sick.
Oh,
I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but he sounded sick, and I literally was making a joke because literally post-pandemic I was like 5 feet.
6 feet.
Oh,
Do it again.
6 feet.
Like, were you even during COVID time?
I keep saying 5 feet. Do you guys know that I've been saying 5 feet like forever?
That's nice.
Anyways, 6 feet. But then he was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm like I was like so close to like texting you and saying like we should reschedule." I was like, "You should have. I don't want to get sick."
You said
Anyways, I did. But then I was like, I did. But then it was kind of a laughable moment, so we kind of laughed and continued the conversation. So tell me why we sat there for a good like 20 minutes. Mind you, Sonia and my mom already came in, got their ice cream, snapped some pictures, and left. And we're still sitting there. And I was like, and he's like, oh, so, I was like, so do you want to go get some ice cream? We're here.
Like, they were standing inside the Ben & Jerry's. Not
no
eating
ice
anything.
cream? Yeah.
Damn.
And then, bro.
He didn't get you ice cream?
He did, but bro, I'm sorry. Okay, I was wearing like wedges, like not like this much, okay? When he stood up,
He was not tall.
oh, like I said, I love short kings, but if I can't wear wedges, wedges, baby. I
How
can't.
tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 5'5".
You're average.
Yeah, I'm average height for a woman. I'm low-key actually tall for a woman, because women are usually.
means
I'm
Nisha's
5'3".
a giant.
Huh?
So that
Well,
means
Nisha's like 5'5" too.
Yeah, we actually discovered that we're both 5'5".
No
and she's
way.
shorter than
Are
me.
you 5'3"?
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, explains a lot.
Okay.
We just came out this way and we just
Alright, so
stopped.
anyways.
Stop crying.
But anyways, okay,
But
5'5"
and
Italian.
to how the date went. Basically, we met around, I would say like what, 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Mid afternoon.
Yeah.
We got ice cream at like 3:45, right? We ate the ice cream. Mind you, it takes like what, 15 minutes to eat ice cream. Okay.
So you were licking ice cream in front of him?
I was
No,
eating
spooning.
ice. Oh.
Yeah. Imagine.
Imagine. So, what did your mama do?
Oh, just like that.
Yeah,
Just
you're
like
so
that.
lucky.
You did not fart.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Hell. Fuck, man.
Not the fart.
Okay.
So, basically, I'm telling you, this date went on way longer than it needed to. I'm talking about it was night time, and all I had in my stomach was ice cream.
No, you
And-
texted us at like, remember she texted the group chat, the Desi Fairies group chat, and it was probably like midnight or like 1 o'clock, and she was
don't
like,
remember.
I just got back home from my date. Do you guys remember that?
It was
She
like
texted
11,
us.
yeah, 11 something.
Yeah.
So,
I was
the thing that.
I don't even remember what
No, it
happened
wasn't 3 years ago, it
yesterday.
was like a year and a half.
Okay, whatever. Felt like it.
Round it up.
Going. Yeah, hello. Anyways, so basically the craziest part, and I ghosted him after this, is that he was like, mind you, all we had was ice cream again. So I was hungry. Okay, a girl likes to eat, needed dinner. It's going on 9:30. Haven't had a meal yet. So he goes, and I'm like, okay, like da 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 da, like okay, yeah, we should meet up again sometime. And he goes, yeah. My friends are at Yard House. I'm gonna go meet up with them at Yard House to go, hang out with them. I said, motherfucker. I said, you're gonna go to a restaurant right now to meet up with your friends and not invite me? Do you realize you haven't fed me food? Like, and then that was when I was like, yeah, I'll see you again soon. Never saw that man again in my life. That was my.
If you don't
word.
feed
Valid.
if you don't feed Hina food, she ain't with you. Trust me.
Valid.
Gotta feed her every time.
Period.
Thank you.
Period.
Yes.
I like that. Valid.
Yeah. So that was our little story times, and we are so excited to get on to the last segment of this video. This video, honestly, we hope you guys have enjoyed so far because we have a lot to say. Yes, we do.
Clearly.
Yeah, and yes, we deter off
We
topics.
are yappers.
Yes, yappers for
We
real.
are certified yappers.
Certified
But
yappers.
honestly, like Hina was saying, hopefully you guys like the content so far, but very sad, very, very sad to say, but we are going to move on to our last and final segment. It's just going to be like a cute little advice segment where you guys talk about things that you had wanted to learn or maybe like know prior to dating, or just any advice that you want to give to fairies moving on in the future to help them prosper in their dating lives as well. Do you guys have any dating advice you guys want to talk about? Or anything that you guys wish you had known?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and this one seems so simple, but I think just remembering that when you go on a date, I think we get nervous. Everyone gets nervous, right? You're a little anxious. You're like, gotta take a shot before I go on that date to calm my nerves. But I think we're so worried about, like, what are they gonna think of me? Like, what are they gonna think of how I look, or like how I talk, or like what am I gonna say, or how am I gonna answer questions? But it's like, you have to remember that you need to be evaluating that in them. Like, are they a good fit for you? Like, do you like how they talk? Do you like their answers? Do you like how they look? Do you like how they sound? But I think that we're just so wrapped up in like us and like how we think that they're going to view us, when really we need to worry about how we're going to view them.
Yeah. Remember,
And-
you are the prize.
You are her.
Yeah. And I
You
feel
are
like
that
that's
girl.
something, yeah, like, and I think that's something so simple, but it's like, sometimes we really do need to remind ourselves that. And I feel like that can honestly, like,
Manifest in a ton of different ways.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's
Because
actually
honestly,
really good.
I feel like we're in a environment, like in a climate where like we think so much about what other people think about us, but at the end of the day, it's like, why do we care? Like, we are who we are, and like we should live based off of how we want to live.
And they should love you for who you really
Exactly. Because they're supposed to love you from every single way that you are. Because you're not going to be this way every single time you see them. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be happy. You're going to be sad, and they have to love you during those times too. Because life is not
They
too
need to know how to love you.
Yeah. And just be with you. That's like the most important thing, is just like not feeling alone in like in a relationship, and just like having to like confide in your partner as well during those times.
Yeah.
But do you have any advice?
Not so much about dating or dating apps, more as in a relationship. I would say keep your relationship to yourself and deal with your problems with your partner or in therapy.
Huge. By the way, we're all advocates for couples therapy. We're all advocates for therapy in general.
Absolutely.
Like,
Therapy
there's
is
nothing
key.
wrong because you know
Key.
what? Everybody has their own issues at the end of the day, and comparing with another person, you guys will both have relationship issues at the end of the day. So it's like talking about that will be healthy. Like your problems might not be as detrimental as another person's problems, but at the end of the day, everybody has their own problems, and bringing two people together, you guys are bound to have problems.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on.
And a sidebar to that too, yes, we can always come to our older sisters or whoever we feel comfortable with, obviously, but you always need that person that's non-biased. Because
Exactly.
if I come to Sonia, Reena, or Nisha and I'm saying something about my relationship, they're gonna side more with me because I'm their cousin or I'm their sister, you know? So they're gonna be like, know this. But that's why it's so important to have an outside perspective because they don't know everything about you or that person. They're just seeing the situation for what it is.
Yeah, and it's hard because I feel like in a relationship, it's only you and that person experiencing everything. So it's like even if you do tell them, like the outsiders, not outsiders, but like family, friends, like what's really going on, they're only gonna know so much of it, but they're not gonna know truly like what's been happening with you guys. So it's like we're advocates for therapy. That's all we're trying to say. That's all we're trying to say.
So, really, realistically, I mean, you can talk to your older sister and stuff, and like, or whoever about the relationship.
With like more life experience.
More about for life experiences and like, oh, would you feel this type of way if so and so happened? Like, that's okay to do, but like, in general, like, you don't want to expose your relationship too much because, like Sonia, to piggyback off Sonia, like, they'll only know like the bad sides of this, you know, relationship as opposed to all the good there was. So it's better to just keep your relationship within yourself and the relationship and with whoever is non-biased, like Hina said, and honestly just work on self-love, because honestly if you don't love yourself you won't be able to love other people. So fill your own cup before you can fill it for others.
Before you can pour into others.
Before you can pour it into others.
Yeah.
So that's just my dating, dating and
That just goes for any relationship, really.
Yeah, any relationship, and always remember to date within your relationship because you don't want to just make it a comfortable routine or whatnot. You always want to keep the spark going, you know. That's my advice for those who are in a relationship. I mean, I have a lot more, but you know.
Yeah, let us know if you want to hear more from Reena and Nisha. But just to touch up on that, would you guys have wanted to know anything prior to you guys going into that dating field and, you know, just meeting different type of people? Was there anything that you guys wish you knew before you had given your all to somebody or not? And it's okay if you guys don't have, like, if you guys don't feel like you guys wanted to know something before you guys went into the field of the dating apps and all that.
I want to say no, because I think that everyone needs to experience what they're going to experience. Like, I just think that I can say whatever I want to and give my opinions, but like you're not going to actually form your own decisions until you've actually like experienced something or have gone through it yourself.
Yeah.
And I just feel that we all have different paths and progress and, you know, journeys and experiences, and I just think that that is what shapes you into who you are and what types of decisions that you make moving forward. So I think, I think it's really hard to say that I, you know, of course, like if I could be like, yeah, maybe like I'd have a serious relationship right now and like be married or whatever, but it's like that just wasn't, you know, that's just not what it is for me right now, and that's okay because I'm still learning and I still love my life the way it is and just, you know, moving forward. So
And you know what, everything happens for a reason. Like we're all here for a specific purpose, for a specific reason, and we're all here and we've all been through like the life experiences we've been through for a literal purpose. And I feel like that's like really what it comes down to. Like, you know, we're all put in situations, and I feel like even if you're not religious out there or even if you don't believe in God, but I feel like a higher power or just God itself like has put us in this situation for like a purpose, and like coming into your life and like experiencing life, like nothing will ever be put on your plate where you won't be able to handle it. Like it might seem like a lot, but it happens for a reason, and like there's always a life lesson to learn from that. And even going through it sucks so bad because you're like, what the this is not fair, but like you learn from it putting yourself outside of the situation.
Yeah,
like
and
after it's gone.
And that's how you look at the positive side.
Yeah, but it's easier said than done, obviously.
Yes.
Way easier said than done, but that's just really like what it comes down to. Like
but you got reminders are good. you know.
Yeah. But honestly, that was really amazing. We're so happy that we've done this. Like we had said in the beginning of the video, like we were so excited to film a Dating While Desi episode, and we're so happy to have had Reena and Nisha part of it. For Fairies, and literally, guys, you can see how fire our merch is. Come on now.
I know,
Like yeah,
right?
we're so excited and we're so happy to have finally concluded our Dating While Desi episode.
Yes.
Hopefully you guys liked it. Comment down below at any point in this video if you guys agree or disagree, or just any points or any advice that you guys want to give to the fairies.
So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe wherever it is. Here, where, there, everywhere. I can't wait for you fairies to stay tuned to our upcoming content. We are so excited to share more videos and more topics with you guys. So without further ado,
Bye, fairies!